Right now, somewhere in the vast Pacific Ocean, the USS Gerald R. Ford is cutting through endless blue with 4,539 people living aboard. That's more people than most American towns. And yet, there's no land in sight. No beaches, no streets, no grocery stores. Just water stretching to the horizon in every direction. These aren't tourists on vacation. They're working around the clock in one of the most dangerous high-stakes jobs on Earth. They eat 18,000 meals every day, sleep in rooms smaller than prison cells, and operate weapons more powerful than anything most people have ever seen. How do 5,000 people survive, thrive, and keep a floating city running in the middle of the ocean for months at a time? The answer is incredible. The USS Gerald R. Ford isn't just a ship. It's a floating city, a self-contained marvel of engineering, a nuclear-powered metropolis with a population bigger than thousands of American towns. And the Ford isn't unique. America operates 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, each home to roughly 5,000 sailors, Marines, and airmen. The Nimitz-class carriers, the USS Abraham Lincoln, USS George Washington, USS Ronald Reagan, have been the backbone of American naval power for decades. Entire communities travel thousands of miles across hostile waters aboard these colossal vessels, carrying out missions that civilians can barely imagine. Every one of these ships is a testament to American engineering. Each costs over $13 billion and takes nearly a decade to build. The result? A ship capable of operating independently for months, supporting 5,000 people in the middle of the ocean without missing a beat. The Ford stretches 1,092 feet long, longer than the Empire State Building is tall, and displaces over 100,000 tons when fully loaded. And here's the jaw-dropping part. It can cruise for 90 straight days without touching land or resupplying. 90 days, with 5,000 people. Feeding that many people is an art and a science all at once. The ship's galleys operate 24/7, producing over 18,000 meals daily. That's not a typo. 18,000 individual meals, every day. Fresh, hot, made-to-order meals for thousands of people while the ship rolls on heavy seas, sometimes in combat zones. Your local McDonald's can barely keep up with a lunch rush. On an aircraft carrier, hundreds of chefs in uniform are preparing steak, lobster, pizza, tacos, and freshly baked bread, while fighter jets roar overhead. The food storage is just as impressive. The carriers stock thousands of tons of provisions, frozen meat, fresh vegetables, dairy, dry goods, enough to feed a small city for months. Refrigerated storage areas the size of warehouses hold it all. And every meal is prepared by Navy culinary specialists trained at some of the best schools in the country. These chefs compete in national competitions and produce meals that would shame many high-end restaurants. During mealtimes, lines of sailors flow like clockwork through serving areas, steam tables stretching endlessly, all coordinated while the flight deck operates overhead. But feeding 5,000 people is just the start. How do they sleep? The answer is astonishing. Sailors rest in racks, beds stacked 3 high in tiny compartments, each roughly the size of a coffin. Each rack comes with light, ventilation, and personal storage. Sailors decorate these cramped spaces with photos and mementos, making them home for months at a time. Junior sailors share larger compartments with dozens of others. Senior enlisted members might have a roommate. Officers get slightly better accommodations, but even the captain's quarters would seem tight by civilian standards. Space is always at a premium when 5,000 people live on a moving platform in the middle of the ocean. Then there's the work. Aircraft carriers never stop. There are no weekends, no holidays, no downtime. Someone is always working, always watching, always ready. The flight deck alone is one of the most dangerous workplaces on Earth. Jets weighing tens of thousands of pounds, engines powerful enough to suck a person in or blow them overboard, launch and land constantly. Hundreds of crew members, rainbow shirts, coordinate each move with incredible precision. Yellow shirts direct aircraft, blue shirts handle chains, red shirts manage weapons, green shirts maintain catapults. purple shirts fuel planes. Every role is critical. One mistake could be catastrophic, and yet they do it with skill and synchronicity that would make civilians' heads spin. Below deck, engineering marvelities power the ship. 2 nuclear reactors generate enough energy to supply a city of 100,000 people. They run over 20 years without refueling and provide propulsion, electricity, and life support. Nuclear-trained sailors spend nearly 2 years in school before touching these systems, because the margin for error is 0. Fresh water? Produced aboard by nuclear-powered desalination plants. The Gerald R. Ford makes over 400,000 gallons of fresh water daily. Enough for drinking, cooking, showers, laundry, and ship operations. Cleaner than most city tap water. Waste management is another monumental feat. Food waste is ground and safely disposed of. Sewage is processed by onboard treatment plants. Garbage is shredded, compacted, or burned. Nothing goes overboard unless it has been properly handled. Medical care is fully functional for 5,000 people. The ship has doctors, nurses, operating rooms, intensive care units, dental care, and even emergency surgery capability while underway. Helicopter evacuations are possible, but the onboard team handles everything from appendectomies to heart surgery independently when far from land. Communication with the outside world has transformed life aboard. Modern carriers use satellite systems for email, internet, and video calls. Sailors can now stay connected with family, take online courses, and watch movies, a huge boost for morale during months-long deployments. And when the ocean turns hostile, aircraft carriers are designed to endure 30-foot waves, hurricane-force winds, and driving rain. Flight operations may pause, but the ship keeps moving. The bridge team monitors weather, other traffic, and potential threats, safely guiding 100,000 tons of steel and 5,000 people across the open ocean. Maintenance never stops. Engines, electronics, weapons, life support. Everything requires constant attention. These ships are floating cities with zero tolerance for breakdowns. Drills and training continue non-stop. Fire drills, damage control exercises, emergency simulations. Everyone must know their role by heart because mistakes can cost lives. Life aboard is a unique social experiment. 5,000 people from every state, background, and walk of life coexist, creating their own traditions, culture, and ways to decompress. Religious services, libraries, gyms, talent shows, steel beach picnics, where crew barbecues on the flight deck in calm seas, are all part of ship life. College graduates and high school dropouts, small-town kids and city dwellers all contribute to the floating city's success. Bonds formed on these deployments last a lifetime. Career advancement continues even far from home. Sailors take exams, complete training, and compete for promotions. Leadership development is constant. Young crew members quickly take on responsibility that would astound most civilian employers. The technology aboard continues to evolve. Electromagnetic catapults, advanced radar tracking hundreds of targets simultaneously, computer networks linking every department, but the human element remains decisive. 5,000 skilled Americans make it all work through dedication, precision, and teamwork. Economically, each carrier deployment impacts thousands beyond those on board. Family members, supply ships, contractors, port services. Strategically, they project American power anywhere in the world, delivering air support, humanitarian aid, and influence in regions without land-based alternatives. Newer carriers are fuel-efficient, environmentally conscious, and continually upgraded to reduce emissions and improve waste management. The future of aircraft carriers may bring even more advanced technology, but the mission remains the same. Project American Power, protect national interests, and sustain 5,000 people in the most extreme conditions on Earth. Every meal served, aircraft launched, and system maintained is a testament to American ingenuity and teamwork. These are more than ships. They are floating proof of what a nation can accomplish. Next time you see news about aircraft carriers, remember the 5,000 Americans living and working in conditions most of us can barely imagine. They eat, sleep, and operate as a single, unstoppable unit in the middle of the ocean, defending the country while thriving in extraordinary circumstances. They are the pinnacle of naval power, living symbols of skill, courage, and cooperation. And they deserve not just our respect, but our gratitude. The USS Gerald R. Ford isn't just a ship. It's a city, a community, a technological wonder, and a testament to human endurance. 5,000 people, $13 billion, and the middle of the ocean, and it all works flawlessly. That's not just American naval power. That's American determination, ingenuity, and teamwork at its absolute finest.